We're going to go ahead and get started. At this time, I would like to call our monthly meeting for August to order. And if everyone at this time would join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. At this time, would everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You all may be seated. Looks like we should have had this at Martin Hall. Got a lot of crowd tonight. All right, at this time, we'll move down to approving our agenda items. Are there any additions to our agenda this afternoon? If not, I'll need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Mr. Porter, second by Ms. Shantz. All in favor of approving the agenda, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And at this time, we'll move down to Carla with our recognitions. I have a feeling there's several.
So I have a few. I think Miss Vicki has a few. Well, good evening to you all.
Good evening.
And to all you guests. We have some outstanding high school students that we are going to be recognizing this evening for what they accomplished this summer through the Governor's Scholar Program. As you know, the Governor's Scholar Program is a 5-week summer residential program for outstanding high school students in Kentucky. Muhlenberg County is fortunate to have 7 students that were selected this year who attended. So students, when I call your name, I'm going to ask that you come up, and Ms. Orr, if you don't mind, to present a certificate. I'm going to refrain from doing pictures because it'll make it move a little faster. We will all, when I finish, we'll all move out into the lobby, and I'd love to take some group photos of you, and then you parents, if you wanted to take pictures as well. I think we have everyone here but one. So I'm going to begin. I'm just doing it in alphabetical order. So we'll start with Macklin Blake. He's a familiar face. We've got educators as parents. He is the son of Scott and Keisha Blake, and he attended GSP at Center College. Next we have Haley Childs. Haley is the daughter of James and Leslie Shutt and Brad Childs, and she attended GSP at Center College. And then we have Isaac Coates. Isaac's the son of Adam and Sarah Coates, and he attended GSP at Murray State University. She's not with us tonight, but Lily Darr, she is the daughter, she's a familiar face around here. She's the daughter of Todd and Cindy Darr, and she attended GSP at Murray. She's at a soccer game tonight, and we're going to be seeing her again probably next month for something else. Next, I have Kara Farmer. Kara is the daughter of Christopher and Sarah Farmer, and she attended GSP at Morehead State University. And then we have Owen Halcomb. Owen is the son of Chad and Amanda Halcomb, and he attended GSP at Center College. And then we have Miss Molly Miller. Molly's the daughter of Brian and Emily Miller, and she attended GSP at Center College. And if you remember, I just wanted to add that last summer we recognized her for attending the Governor's School of Entrepreneurs. So that was at Thomas More University. We are very proud of these students for their accomplishment, and I spoke with each of the parents. I've heard that they all said that they really are ready to go to college now because they really enjoyed that 5 weeks. So thank you, and if you'll all join me out there, you'll be free to leave after the pictures. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
our treasurer's report with Mr. Blitzinger.
Thank you very much. Chairman Rager, board members, tonight I bring you the financials as of July 31st. As always, we start with revenues. This month, the total monthly receipts was $4,040,000. Seek is up by $137,000. Federal is up by $59,000, while state is down $212,000. Taxes are down $32,000. Other revenues are up $216,000. Food service is down $294,000, and daycare is up $6,000. The monthly receipts are up $51,000 from last month and down $2.1 million from the same period last year. Last year we had a franchise check that had come in, so that's where that large swing comes from. And on the expenditure side, accounts payable was $1.125 million. Of those, that's down approximately $577,000 compared to the same period last year. Significant bills in July were CNC contracting for $306,333.90. Sports turf, the football field turf, was $384,681.81. KEMI, which is our workman's comp insurance, was $91,000, and Henson Construction for $72,900. Payroll was $949,749.60, which is up $313,000 versus June of '24. Accounts payable breakdown, fixed and mixed expenses were about $815,000, utilities expense of $53,000, and variable expenses about $258,000. Are there any questions?
Any questions on the treasurer's report? If not, I'll need a motion to approve. I have a motion by Ms. Barr.
Second.
Second by Ms. Yance. All in favor of approving the treasurer's report, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we're down to payment of bills and salaries.
All right, thank you. The board bills that I bring for you in August are $1.4 million, or $1,428,740.20. Of that, the significant bills, we received 4 of our buses, so $612,000 of that is our buses, so, which is really good. Again, we ordered those at a time when the buses were cheaper than they are now, so we decided to go ahead and order more at the lower price and forego, having to need so many this year or anything. So, CNC contracting, $453,389, and the final payment for the sports turf was $91,076. Are there any questions?
Any questions on payments of bills and salaries? If not, I'll need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Yance. Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of approving payment of bills and salaries, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we're down now to public participation. None. All right. We'll move down now to our administrative reports, and first on is our superintendent report, Ms. Laura.
Hey, we have Ms. Vicki Yance who's with us tonight to share some information from SOAR.
Let's pull out of my bag here. All right. Well, board members and attendees, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk a little bit about SOAR tonight. SOAR is our early childhood education program funded by the Felix C. Martin Jr. Foundation and supported by the Middleburg County School District. Just some numbers really quick. I don't really spend a lot of time about this, but the Felix C. Martin Jr. Foundation has provided over $3.6 million in grant funding to support early childhood education initiatives in Middleburg County, and that accounts for more than 8% of the total funding allocated for the whole community. Last Friday, the Felix Martin Foundation board approved my presentation and additional $311,000 for the SOAR early childhood education programs. That is comprising approximately approximately 10% of the total grant making for the year. So we're very excited that we were able to do this. We do a lot of things at early childhood. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what we do. This is one of our billboards in the county. Hopefully you've seen this on your way to Walmart. And this happens to be the nephew of Logan Porter. This is Jack. And everybody loves Jack. And he loves dinosaurs. He can tell you anything about a dinosaur. All you have to do is ask him and he will tell you. I'm supposed to be clicking this on there, Jared.
Yeah, maybe a bit delayed.
You told me to go slow, but I'm hyper. You may want to do it. Okay, keep going.
Next slide.
Yeah. Okay, we know that children and families participate in the SOAR programs are entering kindergarten more ready, if that's a word, more prepared than those who aren't. Working with children to ready them for kindergarten offers many benefits. One is better academic performance, and that's definitely what we want. But however, it's also improved social emotional development and greater motivation. As I was looking at your mission statement, our mission statement, I should say, on the wall, I thought, SOAR's mission statement could be the same thing, except a quality early childhood education. It's the same thing. We want our kids to be successful, and so that's what we do. And I think it was Steve Jobs that said what did he say? He said that the only way to do great work is to love what you're doing. So what we want to do is get children to fall in love with reading, fall in love with learning, and be as successful as they possibly can. So we know that Muhlenberg County screener for the Brigance, and this is a screener that all children have to take before they enter school, 50% ready. So that means half of our kids are, but that means there's a lot more work to be done. It's really hard to get all of our kids ready, but it's something that we're going to strive to do. The state was only at 48%. I love saying that, only, okay? Keep going. Baby prep. On average, 25 birth certificates are filed in Muhlenberg County each month for Muhlenberg County. So that's approximately 300 babies are born in the county. So if you think about that, we've got 300 new babies coming in every year in Muhlenberg County that we need to start working with as soon as they get here. Preparation involves education, and that's where SOAR comes in. We want to educate these, especially the new mommies, of all the different things that they can do to help their child be successful. We're starting a new program called Getting Ready to Welcome Baby, and these are our partners so far. We probably will add a couple more, but this we do Getting Ready for Kindergarten, we do Getting Ready for 12th grade. Now we're going to get ready to welcome baby. So we're going to be working with mothers that are expecting. Right now, we're at 1,100 kids enrolled in our Imagination Library program. This is funded 50% by Felix Martin Foundation SOAR program, and the other 50% is donated by Dolly Parton. Bless her heart. She's a good one. So we're 1,100 people, 1,100 children birth to 5, and we figure there's around 1,500 in the county that's eligible, but we're at 1,100, so, those are pretty good stats for a county, to be honest, when I talk to other people from other counties. We do have a community-wide baby shower, and the wonderful thing about this is our parents come in, and we have vendors there, like Rosie was there from Adult Ed, and she got to talk to these parents about possibly getting their GED, going back to school, and so that just helps everything. Yeah. Keep going. This is a presentation I actually did with the Martin Foundation, so I didn't want to create a whole new one, so I'm just going to skip through some. Our elementary schools reported through the needs assessment that each year 5 to 10 kids in our school system, our elementary, live with somebody other than a parent. Those numbers may be a little higher than that because it's self-reporting, and sometimes people do not report for various reasons. And about 11% of our children live in a single-parent home. Now, we hear a lot of negative about single parents. We hear negative about parents aren't doing what they're supposed to do, but a lot of parents are. So as we will see, this is Zion. I have permission to use these, and you all know Laura and Melody probably, because she taught many years in our county school. But Zion is living in a single parent, but he has a support system. This is so important for our kids to have support systems. But Zion has 2 great aunts and a great grandmother that make sure he does everything he's supposed to do, getting what he needs to get. So kudos to those support systems out there that are helping our kids that maybe would not have that support. Let's talk about our pandemic babies just for a second. So children that was born between 2019 and 2020. Well, here's a perfect picture of one. Next one. And she went to kindergarten camp. She is a COVID baby, if that's what you want to call them. I don't know how much they're going to appreciate being called COVID babies, just to be honest with you. But they are the pandemic children. Now, there's been a lot of research started, but it's still early. But the next slide will tell you that a lot of people are concerned. They think that these children are going to be, they won't achieve their potential because they went through the pandemic. However, some reports are saying that they're doing much better than what we expected. And let's talk Muhlenberg County. Our kindergarten camp this year, we had a record-breaking number of 245 kids. And the teachers and some administrators told me that they were the best group they've ever had. So when a couple of teachers came down to my office to pick up something, they were just bragging about how good the kids were. And I said, what do you contribute that to? What's the difference? And they were like, they're pandemic babies. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, parents were home. Parents were home. For the first 3 years, probably, they were home a lot more than they normally would be. Think about that, guys. I want to do a study. I'm going to write a grant and do a study because I think that is phenomenal evidence that when the parents at home with the child, it's much better. Teachers say it best. Tanner said during our center time at camp, it was evident that our students did an amazing job communicating, playing well with others, and were creative. And Ashley said that most importantly, each child came to camp with wonderful social skills. And this is something we don't always see. But there again, being at home with that family, I do believe that's the answer. Okay? We did have 245 kids to attend this year. I'm going to show you some pictures of those. Keep going. Don't play that video. Okay, thank you. There you go. All right, Central City had 30. Oh, let's go back. Bremen had 40 to attend camp. Central City had 36. Greenville had 72. Longest had 45. And Middleburg South had 52 to attend camp. And most of them had perfect attendance. It was really great. Okay, keep going. Keep going. The mother. Let's talk about the mothers for a second in Middleburg County. Pathway of Hope reported that from January 1st to July 31st, they had 74 pregnant clients. 16 babies were born to mothers under 20 years of age, the youngest being 15. However, I do know that we had at least one 14-year-old to give birth in Middleburg County. So you see how critical it is that we get to these young mothers because at 15, I don't know about you all, but I didn't know much about babies at 15. So we really need to get to those mothers and to help them as much as we can. 45 babies were born from 21 to 30 years of age and 12 babies from 31. And we had one at 41, and bless that lady's heart. That's all I can say. All right. But however, not everybody has a support system. This is a lady that came to our new baby shower. She is raising her great-grandchild because her great-granddaughter, her granddaughter is incarcerated. This lady doesn't have a lot of support. She doesn't have a lot of resources. Luckily, and it was not rigged, she won a beautiful bookcase with all kinds of supplies, and she actually squealed when she won. The Vick family enrolled in Early Head Start in June of 2021. You all, this family, this mother attended 191 sessions with Early Head Start and never missed a one. Kudos to her. So see, parents are doing what they're supposed to do. They are trying. I know we have a lot that aren't, but let's celebrate the ones that are. You know, kudos to her. 191 visits. I don't think I could have done that, just to be honest with you. We did celebrate them though. The total number of books that we gave away this year is 20,247. We give away books a little bit everywhere we go. This was at the Read Across America, and this little girl's mother read to her quite often the Lorax books, and she loves the Lorax, and she believes also, like the Lorax, that we should save our environment. So she actually brought seeds to the Lorax so he could plant more trees. And Lorax is like, what do I do with these seeds? It's like, you plant them. We give away books to Head Start for their home visits, all the family nights, all the events that they have. Hands, the same thing. Early Head Start, the same thing. Our Reach Out and Read program reaches all children that come to a pediatrics or a doctor at the hospital, CHC, Health Department, Owensboro Health, and Baptist Deaconess. So they get books. It used to be just for well baby visits, but now the sick get it, the well get it, everybody gets it because they want it. So, there you go. Let's talk about our fathers for a second. You know what? Fathers do show up, and they really do a good job. This is at one of our, I think this is at Longest, at our Getting Ready for Kindergarten. These fathers not only came, but they were interested. They asked questions. They paid attention. And the wonderful thing about Getting Ready for Kindergarten is that they do their activity in front of the parent. Because if you ask a parent on pretty much any given day, oh yeah, my kid can do that. But when they see them perform, they're like, ooh, maybe they don't know their colors as well as they should. Maybe they can't spell their name. So it helps them to see what their child can do. But they also get to take home whatever the activity they do that day, at night, they actually get to take that home with them. So they leave with about $160 worth of toys at night. Play with a purpose. father's choice. More fathers. And according to a local pediatrician, about 15% of medical visits are attended by the father. So I don't know if that's a good number or low number, I don't know. But I do know that fathers are getting involved, and we want to just congratulate them and celebrate them. But what better way to learn about reading to your child when a manly man like Dr. Smith gives you a book and says, read to your child 15 minutes every day. That says something to me. I believe that father will be going like, wow, you know, this manly man said to do that. So maybe that's a good thing to do. Go ahead. The family, we do the getting ready for kindergarten. This is for 4 and 5-year-olds, and this is where they do the activity. Sometimes grandmothers come and grandfathers come, and aunts and uncles, and it's just a good old time. It's more of getting ready. We work with our Head Start. We packed out Felix Martin Hall this year several times. One was for the Head Start Christmas program, and they love to see their children perform. Who doesn't? Don't y'all love to see your children perform? We all do. So they performed on the stage, and we packed it out. We also had a Cars movie night where kids went to Second Baptist Church and they made cars and got to watch the movie Cars and eat popcorn out of their car. Our Hands Christmas party, we had hosted that at the store office. And we had a character breakfast at McDonald's. McDonald's does a wonderful job because they donate breakfast to every child. And that's amazing. Kudos to our community. They're giving back. These are just some events that we did, anything from Kids Fest to Mental Health Fair, Gospel Fest, Pokemon. We do Pokemon night, you all. Kids love Pokemon. I don't know much about it. Some people, there is some controversy about it, but you know what? That room was packed out with kids. We did a Neurodiversity Fun Day and Longest Day of Play this year. This was a first. We used to do Longest Day of Play years ago. We quit doing it, but now we're bringing it back. It was one of the hottest days. It wasn't only the longest, but it was the hottest day of the year. Thought I was going to die. Okay. We also participated in the Special Needs Day at the fair, which was very successful. And we had a sensory-friendly books and cream. Now, the sensory, working with our parents of autistic children has been a really plus this year. I have really felt a need to do more, and so we are adding on to what we're doing. We work with Spark out of Owensboro. I don't know if you all know or heard about that, but Amanda Owen, I believe, is from Owensboro. Jan. And so she is now working in Owensboro, and so we are going to be working with them, and they just get to have discussions and conversations with parents about special needs. Read Across America Day was successful at the Ag Center. Go ahead. That's just a picture of my husband. Okay, Family Reading Day at the library. We offer this to all of our libraries in the summer. Kids can come in during the summer into their school library and look at all the new books they've got. And we make a craft, and we just have lots of fun. Rotary members read to all second graders in our school system. I believe, Logan, you've done this a couple of times, and I think this is Sean Moonham. But anyway, at every school, Rotary members go and read. Books and Cream this year, we had 320 children to attend, over 1,000 visits, and over 3,000 books were read. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a second. So they had caterpillars. They got ahead when they registered and came in, but every time they read 5 books, they got to add on to the body of the caterpillar. We had a pretty long caterpillar we're going to tell you about in a sec, okay? We had Balloon Day. This family on the left represents all ages. You see the babies in the chair, but we have all ages there, and that's who sort. We really do target birth through 5, but we actually serve the whole family. This is a typical day at Books and Cream. In the left corner, top, that is our playroom. Right corner is our baby room. Left bottom is our reading room. And right bottom is the room for older kids. And thanks to the Renaissance and Miss Carrie Clark for allowing us to use the rooms, because we use the Renaissance during the summer. We had a magic show at Longest Elementary. Kudos to Longest for allowing us to come there and do that in their gym. These are the lunch ladies at Longest Elementary, and Joe Cooper, I can't say enough about you and your lunch ladies. They do a tremendous job serving the families, and our families came back to Books and Cream and said, we went and got a free lunch yesterday. They just have to walk across the parking lot. And they said, those women were so nice to me. We packed out Martin Hall again with the Jerry Brooks. I hope everybody here got to see him. If not, check him out. We had over 20 counties. Go ahead. And then yesterday, we did do the Berg, and we did Jack Hartman. Can you play that video, Jerry? a wonderful job. Our teachers left with all kinds of information, and also we had a free giveaway wall where they got to take home all kinds of supplies and resources. This is Reese. He was 3 months old in the picture. He's almost a year old here. This is our goal, is to get them as a baby or even before they're born and keep them those whole 5 years. And children remind us that the world is a canvas and we're all artists. And I just want to thank the foundation, of course, and also the Board of Education for allowing me to carry a paint bucket all over Unionville County. Because it's a lot of fun and it's very rewarding. So thank you for what you do. We do all kinds of stuff. We do Read for the Record, and that's every child in this elementary school reads the same book, the same day, the same time. And this year we're going to be doing 10 Things I Love About School. It's a great book. And I gave you all a book to take home. It's called The Dot. You may have read it before, probably many times. If not, read it, and then I encourage you to give it. Read it and give it to a child or encourage a child, because it's all about recognizing kids and their special gifts that they have. So I did say that the caterpillar, that every time they read a book, so tonight we want to recognize the Coburn family, which is Logan, Arena, and Skyly. This family read 265 books. Wow. That's a lot. This is yours, and you have another gift, but I couldn't carry it in here because it's in the back of my car. It is, and Mom, you're gonna love this. It's an inflatable slide with a pool. So y'all gonna have some fun. You got a few days of summer left, so you can enjoy that. If you'll just step out in the lobby, I'll get your pictures in just a second. In our second place was Landon Vick, and this is the grandson of our very own Lisa Vick, and he read 175 books, or had 175 books. If you don't care, I'll get your picture too, please. No, thank you guys. Thank you. So again, I just want to say thank you, and thank you for your support, especially elementary principals and administrators, teachers. They are amazing to work with, and thank you all for letting me do what I do.
I'm going to do a standing ovation for
Oh,
Miss
and I'm not a crier, but you make me. Thank you.
She's going to make it easier for all the teachers.
If you want an example of passion about their job, that's Vicki Yance, by far. We thank her for everything she does for all of our kids and our incoming kids at some point in time in the future. She does an amazing job, and you can just tell the excitement that she has for all of our kids in the county. So, all right, at this time we'll move now to. Oh, do you have something else? You got something? Oh, okay.
I have 2 or 3 others.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
Joe Cooper, our food service director, would like to share some information with you all at this time.
First of all, Chairman Greger, board members, I want to thank you all for allowing us to do summer feeding. It was such a blessing. And I wanted you all to know that from May 27th through August the 8th, we served 19,266 meals.
So then we'll move down to construction information. We have Charles with Summit.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to give you a quick ongoing projects to let you know how we're coming along with all those. The Muhlenberg County Middle School classroom renovation, it was completed on August the 4th, 2025, so it has been, teachers have, I believe, moved in, me and Principal Rader walked through everything, and everything looks good there. The Muhlenberg County Middle School field house, it's still ongoing, and the completion date is still October 29, 2015. It'll be final completion. Also, too, on the Muhlenberg County High School baseball field and kitchen renovation, outstanding punch list items. We have got a schedule from A&K Construction, and we're working with them to push them to get those items completed for you as well. So, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. So then I have Josh with Codell.
Good evening, everybody. So I'm on the longest project. We are down to 3 3 items to complete to get our TCO on Monday. We got to swing a few doors, put some hardware on, finish up the floors, and just finalize a little bit of casework. So the teachers have moved in completely on, I don't know what the left
First grade side.
First grade
First grade.
side of the building, and then starting this evening and tomorrow, we'll be able to start moving on the other side as well. So we'll be out of there. Charles came and did our punch walk today, so we'll get that to the contractors, and we'll be wrapping up pretty soon. And we've got a few things to work on, but overall, Monday will be the day we'll be able to cut it loose to you guys.
So that is like on the kindergarten side. We still have the flooring to put down, which those will kind of do over breaks, correct?
Yeah, over breaks, we'll never be having enough time. Like a long weekend probably won't work because it's a considerable amount of flooring to do for the rest of the building out. And then also the bleachers and stuff in the gym. That's looking like it might be next summer to do. That way you guys are not interrupted at all during the school year, and then we can get in there because it's going to take some exploratory work to finish that one up. Thank you.
Thank you.
But the kindergarten classes will be in their new classrooms.
Yes, they can,
Start
that's
school.
the one,
Yeah.
they can start moving this
Yeah.
afternoon, tomorrow?
Yeah, this afternoon, tomorrow, and then all weekend. So it'll be ready, both sides will be ready for open house.
Thank you.
Are you done now? Okay, that's fine. I get in a hurry. All right, so attendance and enrollment report. Mr. Watkins has nothing to report.
There's no report, but I do want to thank everybody that's helped with registration, enrollment, the open houses. It takes everybody. So kind of like Vicki said earlier, we have a lot of grandparents and great aunts and uncles that our kids live with, thankfully, but kind of struggle a little bit with that online enrollment. So just thanks to everybody that has helped through this time. And we're still enrolling kids every day. So
We hope you bring us some high numbers.
I hope I do too.
All right. So now we'll move down to item A, and this is to approve architect for the district facilities planning process along this elementary early childhood wing renovation and the Middleburg County High School Flex Lab auxiliary gym renovation. That's a lot to say.
Yes. All right, so we did the RFP and got some interested architectural firms. I did some reference calling, kind of checked with some other superintendents, and would like to make the motion that we select Ross Tarrant as our new architect for those projects.
Any discussion? If not, I need a motion to approve. Motion by Mr. Porter, second by Ms. Yance. All in favor of approving Ross Tarrant as the architect for the FP process for longest and Middleburg County High School gym project, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And item B is to approve final contracts for Area B, D, and alternate 1.
Could the new architects, they're here and wanted to introduce themselves
that's fine.
at that time, would be good.
Hello, I am Sarah Lanier with Ross Tarrant Architects. I'm a senior principal at Ross Tarrant Architects, and I have been with them for 25 years. And my passion really has been designing educational facilities all over the state of Kentucky. With me tonight, I brought Chris Gibson, who's been with us for 20 years and also knows all about educational facilities, but also has expertise like in food service design and things like that. But we are thrilled that you have selected us tonight, and we look so forward to getting started on your projects. In fact, we were at the high school today doing some field measurement and some K-Fix work, and we will have a team down on Monday to look at all the elementary schools and hopefully get to the middle school, but we might have to make that another day depending on how long the elementary schools take. But we are an office in Lexington, Kentucky. We have 71 designers on staff between civil engineers, architects, and interior designers. And we've been in business for 55 years, and we are very happy to be here today. Next slide. One of the things that we talked to Ms. Orr early on was understanding schedule. And so we have, like I said, we were at the high school to start on that DFP today and get that going for you. But we also know the Early Childhood Center, you want to get that done. We have started talking to KDE about the process of getting that on the DFP in order to allow that to be a project you bond. So we think we can design it in about 6 months, but we do have a little bit of flex time there as we work out some details with KDE. Next slide. We were at the high school today, so we started field measurements and thinking about where that auxiliary gym can be in addition to the high school. And each step of the way, as we're designing, we'll be presenting to you and showing you kind of what we've done. And again, we anticipate that is about a 6-month process. And then for the DFP, again, we did start that today. And once we get all of the audits and surveys done, we'll review that with Superintendent Orr, make sure we all agree with what's on there, and then do the draft DFP and get that started for you as well. And, so that kind of looks like this, where we start the verification, do the audits. There's a lot of stuff to fill out on the KFIX system, so we'll be working on that, and then we'll keep you updated every step of the way. So do you guys have any questions for me?
We don't know what that is.
All right. Well, if anytime you think of any questions, Ms. Orr knows she can contact me via text, and I will answer as soon as I can. So thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Item B, approve final contracts for Area BD and Alternate 1. Any questions? I need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
I have a motion by Ms. Barr.
Second.
Second by Ms. Yonts. All in favor of approving the final contracts for Area BD and Alternate 1, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And item C is to consider approval of revisions and updates to Student Code of Acceptable Behavior and Discipline.
KRS requires that local boards of education review and update the student discipline and code every 2 years. The 2025-26 Muhlenberg County Code includes updates regarding current policy and procedures and personnel.
Any questions? I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor? Considering the approval of revisions and updates to the Student Code of Acceptable Behavior and Discipline, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And item D is to consider approving the MOU with the Muhlenberg County Job Corps Center.
Chairman Rager and board members, the attached document is the standard memorandum of understanding between Muhlenberg County School System and Muhlenberg County Job Corps Center. This is being submitted for your approval.
Any questions? All right, everybody ready? All right, if not, I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Yonts, second by Ms. Ford. All in favor of considering approving the MOU with the Muhlenberg County Job Corps Center, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none.
I do have an update. Myself and Ms. Orr talked a little bit today, and I talked to Gavin Gorham, which is the center director. Of course, Job Corps is ran by Congress. They have been approved, or the budget has been approved for Job Corps through June of 2027. So when the news came out earlier in the year that they were shutting down, of course, they lost a lot of students. So kind of building that back, there's a part where all the kids have to go through a criminal background check. Those are starting back up. So Mr. Jones knows that takes a little bit, but they're hoping that enrollment will pick up each week 10 to 15 students. So we ended the year with 60, and we're back down to, we were down to 1, and now we have 14 or 15 back. So hopefully that number continues to grow.
All right, that sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks. Item 8, review alternate program policies and procedures.
Hello. So we're here tonight to present you with the alternate school program policies and procedures. This is something that you need to review every year. Just to let you know, there are no significant changes to the document at all. So if it meets your standards, then we just need you to approve.
Any questions? I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Johns. Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor of reviewing the alternate program policies and procedures, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. Item F is to approve contracts for school psychology services.
Unfortunately, we did lose one school psychologist this year. We did post a position. We were not able to get a school psychologist this year. That's not uncommon. They're very difficult to find. So we did reach out. We have 2 contracts in here for you to review. One, we worked with the lady a couple of years ago to fill in and we had an opening. That worked just fine. And then we have a retired school psychologist and director of special education who's willing to fill in and do some on-site evaluations for us this year. So our remaining 3 school psychologists will do the bulk of the work. So this will be some that we can just call on whenever we're getting a little too overwhelmed. And there will be doing evaluations for special education.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second by Ms. Ford. All in favor of approving contracts for school psychology services, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Item G, to approve contract for orientation and mobility services.
The contract you have in your packet is for Katrina Berry. We've worked with her forever, and she works with our students with vision impairments to help them learn the skills they need to navigate in the environment. So she has a small handful of kiddos that she sees throughout the year, but each year we need to approve that contract.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Ms. Yonts. All in favor of approving the contract for orientation and mobility services, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hear none. And item H is to consider adding band first assistant and second assistant coach positions at Muhlenberg County High School and eliminating the band director if assisting the high school stipend.
Thank you, Chairman Rager, board members. These new positions will create additional support for our Muhlenberg County High School band program. Will also improve our student to coach director ratio. We'll also even that out with some of our basketball, football programs as well. By creating these stipends, we would not need the additional compensation pay for the band director that's in the salary schedule says if assisting high school. So we would eliminate that stipend. Question may come up, well, what about the person who's fulfilling that role? They will move into one of the assistant director positions. So it's not that we're just eliminating that person. And I would recommend that we approve the addition of the first and second assistant band and coaching positions at the high school.
Motion. A motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor of adding the band first assistant, second assistant coach positions, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Item I is to consider posting 2 full-time bus monitor positions.
Transportation Department has requested to post 2 full-time bus monitor positions. You've received the rationale that Ms. Dukes has put together, which is very detailed as to the need. So we ask that you consider posting these 2 full-time bus monitor positions.
A motion by Ms. Ford.
Motion.
Second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of considering posting the 2 full-time bus monitor positions, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Item J is to consider approving the MOA with Western Kentucky University.
So you have the attached document, which is the MOA between Muhlenberg County School System and Western Kentucky University. This is for the dual credit classes for the 26-27 school year. We've approved Madisonville Community College earlier, so this is being submitted for your approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Ms. Yance. All in favor of approving the MOA with Western Kentucky University, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Item K is to consider second reading of KSBA Board Policy Update Number 48.
And so you have all of the updates to the board policies. They're either required by state law or recommendations by KSBA. You have those in the e-meeting, and just a few changes that you need to be aware of with policy 03.1233 and policy 03.2233. That's the maternity leave policy. We have until July 1 of 2030 to make a decision on that policy, and we'll be waiting and guides and see what other districts do with that so that we can learn from them. And then also policy 09.4261, the telecommunication devices. That's the one that says students are prohibited from using a personal telecommunication device during instructional time, except during an emergency, or if directed to do so by a teacher for instructional purposes. In our policy, we have struck the language that says, or if authorized by a teacher. So I would recommend that the board approve the second reading of KSBA Board Policy Update Number 48 and accept the proposed changes as written and the modifications that were mentioned.
Make a motion.
I have a motion by Ms. Bard.
Second.
Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor of approving the changes in Board Policy Update Number 48, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? I hear them. Item L, to consider adding a driver's education stipend for the 25-26 school year.
So this position would be funded by the high school site-based allocation. One thing that we have realized with House Bill 15, now that 15-year-olds can get their permits, it's created added stress to our high school with getting courses. We're also down to one driver's education instructor at this time. Currently, we have 263 students who requested this class, but the high school was only able to accommodate 156. So you're roughly a little bit over 100 students not being able to get into a course. By adding this stipend, we can open up another block, which is going to be able to take care of more students and get them into that driver's ed course. If you have any questions, Ms. Ball is here as well. Feel free to ask any questions you have, but we would recommend that you approve this stipend.
Can I teach the other course?
Yeah, we'll do a race course somewhere.
All right, any questions? No. If not, I'll need a motion to approve.
Make a motion.
A motion by Ms. Bard. And I'll second. All in favor of considering adding the driver's ed stipend for the 25-26 school year, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Move down now to item M, and that is to amend the 25-26 salary schedule.
I'd like to enroll in that class, Ms. Bard. Thank you, Chairman Rager. This is just the beta stipend. So we had one on the one that we presented to you in May. It was on the middle school, for the middle school level, and then we also wanted to add one for the elementary level. So the $1,000 one that was the middle school, we wanted to make sure that it was exclusively for middle school, and then line out below that the elementary for $500.
Any questions? Now I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Yance.
Second.
Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor of amending the 25-26 salary schedule, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And item N is to approve the 4% revenue increase tax rate for fiscal year 26, which is a 0.1% increase. 0.1 increase increase
Just to make sure
from
that
fiscal year 25 on real property.
What is it again?
0.1.
Point one.
So it's a 4% increase in revenue.
Correct.
So, which does not directly result in a 4% increase in rate. The rate increase would be 0.1%.
0.1%.
So just, that's on.
We're gonna say that
on real
100
property.
times.
So, which essentially is, right now, so it's $534 per $100,000 of your value of property. It's going to be $535 per $100,000 value of property. Does that make sense?
Say it one more time.
Goes from $534 per $100,000 of the value of your property to $535.
Due to the growth in the county. Because there's more
That's
money.
right.
$1.
And what that is that's also because of the increase in assessments, increase in property value. That's also new property additions, the increase in industry. So as industry comes into the county, that's going to be very good for our county because then that increases the tax base and the valuation, which would hopefully, in theory, actually lower rates more. So, which is a good thing.
It's a great thing.
We want that. We are still in the bottom 20 of tax rates in the entire state. So out of 170 districts, we're around the 150 range. So that's pretty good.
Any questions?
What was that rate again?
0.1%, $1 on the 100,000. Okay. All right, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Ms. Yance. All in favor of approving the 4% revenue increase tax rate for the fiscal year 26, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And item O is to consider district funding assurances for the fiscal year 26.
Chairman Rager and board members, the district funding assurances are a yearly requirement for the superintendent to submit to the Kentucky Department of Education, ensuring the district is following all federal and state regulations regarding the use of funds tied to grants and other required activities. A majority of what you find in the document is redundancy of reports we complete for each specific grant as we access each type of funds. Other items included are focused on operations regarding improvement planning related to their funding requirements. District supervisors that oversee the various components of the assurances have each verified the respective items in the assurances, and they can be found in the document shared in your board member packets.
Okay. Any questions? If not, I need a motion to approve. Make a motion. A motion by Ms. Ford.
Second.
Second by Ms. Yance. All in favor of considering the district funding assurances for fiscal year 26, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank you. I hear none. And we're down now to our board consent agenda items. This is approval of the minutes of the prior board meeting, appointment of district's ARC and 504 chairpersons, approval of contract with Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, approved memorandum of agreement with Penny Royal Mental Health Center, consider emergency certification block of up to 5 positions for teaching positions within the Muhlenberg County School District, consider surplus of central office furniture, facility use, consider fundraising requests, and field trip requests. All of these are in our packets. Everyone's had a chance to review those. Any questions on any of those items? If not, I will need a motion to approve the board consent agenda items.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Yance.
Second.
Second by Mr. Porter. All in favor of approving the board consent agenda items, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. We are down now to adjourning. I need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion by Ms. Ford. And I'll second. All in favor of adjourning, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none, and we are adjourned.